Okay, let's try to integrate this. Okay, this represents the area under the graph of y is equal to fx. Okay, half a is somewhere here. Okay, and square root of 3 over 2a, which is less than a, so it is somewhere here. Okay, which means that this represents the area. If I were to just sketch this portion again, okay, it represents this area over here. Okay, this area that is going to be from half a to square root of 3 over 2a, and this portion of the curve, according to how the question has defined for us, it is going to have the same expression as square root of 1 minus x squared over a square. Okay, so we're going to try to work out this area over here by using the substitution x is equal to a sine theta. Okay, so if I'm given x is equal to a sine theta, according to what we have discussed in our outline, okay, in order for me to integrate this by making use of this substitution from here, I'm going to first find what is dx d theta. Okay, because I'm supposed to replace all the x here by theta. Okay, so dx, I'm going to replace it by the expression and d theta. So this expression here is going to be a cosine theta. Well, I need to also find a way to replace the x values here and here. So, when x is equal to, let's say, half a, this tells me that from here, a sine theta, this is going to be equal to half a. Okay, so sine theta is going to be equal to half, that means theta is going to be equal to pi over 6. Whereas for this, it is square root 3 over 2, so I'm going to let x be equal to square root 3 over 2a. So a sine theta is going to be square root 3 over 2a. This tells me that sine theta is square root 3 over 2. So theta is going to be pi over 3. Okay, and this gives me all the information that is needed for me to use a substitution of x is equal to a sine theta to solve for this integral over here. Okay, so this is going to be equal to half a to square root 3 over 2a of fx, okay, which is going to be using this expression over here. Okay, so it is square root of 1 minus x squared over a squared dx. I'm going to make use of my substitution now. Half a, okay, it is going to be substituted by pi over 6. So here is pi over 6. Okay, and square root of 3a is going to be substituted by pi over 3. So this is going to be pi over 3 square root of 1 minus x squared. X is a sine theta. So x squared is going to be a square sine square theta over a square. And dx, okay, dx is going to be replaced by a cosine theta d theta. So here will be a cosine theta d theta. Okay, so what I have now, it is going to be square root of a. Let me take it out of the integration sign. Okay, so a is here, so pi over 6 to pi over 3 square root of, now what I have is a 1 minus sine square theta. So square root of 1 minus sine square theta, 1 minus sine square theta is cosine theta. Square root of it is going to be cosine theta. Here it is still a cosine theta d theta. Okay, so this is a integration from pi over 6 to pi over 3. Okay, this is cosine theta and this is cosine theta. So I have a cosine square theta d theta. Okay, cosine square theta, okay, is a very common kind of integral where I'm supposed to make use of trigo identity. Okay, the identity that I'm going to be using here, it is going to be the cosine 2a is equal to 2 cos square a minus 1. Okay, and this identity is found in your formula sheet. Okay, this tells me that cosine square a can be rewritten as cosine 2a plus 1 divided by 2. Okay, and I'm going to apply that here. So this is going to be a integration from pi over 6 to pi over 3, okay, of cosine 2 theta plus 1 divided by 2 d theta. Okay, 1 over 2, let me take it out of the integration sign again. So a over 2. Okay, I'm just supposed to be integrating cosine 2 theta plus 1. Okay, so integrating cosine 2 theta, it is going to be equal to 1 over 2 sine 2 theta. Integrating 1, it is going to be just theta. Okay, so from pi over 6 to pi over 3. Okay, this is a over 2. Substituting pi over 3 into here, it is half sine of 2 pi over 3 plus pi over 3. Wait, minus away, substituting pi over 6 into here, it is half of sine. Wait, substituting into here, it is sine pi over 3 plus pi over 6. Wait, this is a over 2. Wait, half sine 2 pi over 3, it is going to be half of sine 2 pi over 3 is square root 3 over 2. Wait, plus pi over 3 minus sine pi over 3, it is also square root 3 over 2, so minus half of square root 3 over 2 minus pi over 6. Okay, so this will be cancelled. Pi over 3 minus pi over 6 is pi over 6. Okay, so my answer is okay, let me write it here. Okay, so my answer is going to be a over 2. Okay, of pi over 3 minus pi over 6 is pi over 6. Okay, that is why my final answer is going to be pi over 12 of a.